Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Radio Channel. I am Mark, and I am ready for a great show today.
And I am Sarah. We are so happy you are here with us today. We know you are very busy with your life.
Maybe you are walking outside in the park right now. Or maybe you are cleaning your room and doing the dishes.
Maybe you are driving your car to work. Or maybe you are just secretly avoiding something important you have to do today.
That is very true for many people. Whatever you are doing today, you are in the right place.
This is your safe space to relax. This is your time to improve your English. You might even improve your life at the same time.
Today's episode is very special. We are talking about something that affects every single person in the world.
It does not matter how old you are or where you live. It does not matter what your job is. Today, we are talking about your emotions.
Yes, emotions are so interesting to talk about. When your feelings help you, life feels so easy and light.
You feel happy and everything is just going well.
But when bad feelings control you, things change quickly.
Wow, yes, they do. Even small things can become really big problems.
Let me ask you a question, Mark. I want our listeners to think about this question too.
Okay, I'm ready. What is the question?
Have you ever had one very small, tiny bad moment during your day? And did that one small moment completely ruin your whole day?
Oh, absolutely, that happens to me. I can think of a perfect example right now.
Please share it with us. I am sure we can all relate to it. It is like when your phone battery dies in the morning. You wake up and your phone screen is completely black.
Oh no, that means your alarm clock did not ring, right?
Exactly. You wake up late and suddenly you feel angry at the whole world. The sky is blue outside, but you are just angry at everything.
I completely understand that feeling. Or think about this situation at work.
What kind of situation? Work can be very stressful.
You are sitting quietly at your desk, then your boss sends you a very short text message.
A short message is never good. What does the message say?
It just says, "Come to my office right now." Suddenly, your heart starts beating very fast.
Oh, I hate that feeling. Your brain immediately says, oh no, I am in big trouble.
Yes, you feel intense fear and panic. You feel this way even though you don't actually know what the meeting is about.
Or let's talk about learning a new language. This happens to our listeners all the time.
It really does. It is so common when studying English.
You are having a really good English conversation with a friend, but then you make one silly mistake.
You use the wrong verb or you forget a basic word. What happens next?
Suddenly, your face feels hot and you feel so embarrassed. You think to yourself, I am terrible at this.
You tell yourself that you will never speak good English. You just want to stop trying forever.
I think everyone listening right now is nodding their head. They are probably saying, yes, that is exactly like me.
If you have felt this way before, I want to tell you something very important. Please do not worry about it.
You are not weak for feeling that way. You are completely normal.
You are just a human being. Everyone has emotions, even the happiest and most successful people.
Exactly. The problem does not start when we feel an emotion. The problem starts when emotions become the boss of our life.
That brings us to today's main idea. Today's big theme is self-control.
Self-control is a powerful tool. It means you still feel those angry, nervous, or tired feelings.
But here's the difference. You don't let those feelings decide what you do next.
You control your own actions. You do this even when you can't control the feeling inside your body.
I like to think about this like driving a car. Imagine you are driving a car down the road right now.
Okay, I am picturing myself driving. Where am I going?
You are just driving through life. You are the driver, but your emotions are the passengers in the car with you.
Ah, I really love this picture. Tell me more about these passengers.
Well, maybe the emotion of anger is sitting in the back seat, and anger is shouting very loudly at you.
What is anger saying to me?
Anger is shouting, "Drive faster! Hit the horn! Be angry at that other driver!"
That sounds stressful. Who else is in the car?
Maybe fear is in the passenger seat next to you. Fear is crying and saying, "Stop the car, it's too dangerous."
Wow, the emotions in the car are very loud and annoying.
Exactly. They are loud and they can talk all they want, but you are the driver of the car.
So the emotions don't get to touch the steering wheel.
No, they don't. You keep your hands firmly on the wheel and you keep driving safely forward.
That is a brilliant way to explain it. You hear the emotions, but they don't drive the car.
And this connects to another very important word we need to talk about today. That word is composed.
Oh, composed. Let's stop and react to that word for a second. C-O-M-P-O-S-E-D.
That might be a difficult word for some of our listeners. Mark, how would you explain what it means to be composed?
If you are composed, it means you look completely calm and relaxed on the outside. You look peaceful to other people.
But what about on the inside? How do you feel internally?
On the inside, you might be feeling very nervous, stressed, or angry, but your face remains completely relaxed.
So, going back to the car example, being composed is like ignoring the shouting passengers. You just look at the road and breathe slowly.
Exactly right. When you are composed, people look at you and think you have everything under control.
They have no idea that inside your heart might be beating super fast.
Let's start with the hardest part of the day for many people. Let's talk about mornings.
Be honest with me, Mark. How do you really feel when your alarm rings at 6 a.m.?
Usually, I feel like I want to take my phone and throw it across the room.
I feel the exact same way. I am definitely not a morning person at all.
When that alarm goes off, I feel a heavy negative emotion. I feel tired, I feel annoyed.
And unfortunately, the morning sets the tone for your entire day.
Sometimes you wake up feeling tired, and then one small thing goes wrong. You go to the kitchen to make breakfast.
And then what happens? Do you burn your food?
Yes, or you drop your perfect piece of toast on the dirty floor, and your brain immediately says, "Today is a bad day."
You just want to go back to bed. It is so easy to let that dropped toast ruin your next 12 hours.
But we have to remember something about highly successful people. Successful people feel tired and lazy too.
That is a secret a lot of people do not realize. We think successful people wake up happy and perfect every single day.
They definitely don't. The only difference is that they still take one small step forward.
They take that step even when they really do not want to. In English, we have a fantastic word for that kind of attitude.
What is the word? I think our listeners would love to know.
That attitude is called being relentless.
Relentless. Wow, okay, that is a big, powerful word. Listeners, let's break this one down together.
Let's do it. Mark, what does it actually mean if a person is relentless?
If you are relentless, it means you absolutely do not give up easily. You keep going and going and going.
You do not stop even when you are exhausted. You are like a machine that just keeps moving forward.
So if you wake up feeling terrible, but you still put on your shoes and run 3 miles, you are being relentless.
Exactly. For me, on my really bad days, I have a special trick.
What do you do when you feel zero motivation to do anything?
I promise myself just 10 minutes of work. If I need to study Spanish, I tell myself I only have to do 10 minutes.
Sarah, just be relentless for 10 minutes, right? And let me guess what happens next.
What is your guess?
Most of the time, after those 10 minutes are finished, you just continue studying. Starting is the hardest part.
Yes, because the emotion of laziness tries to stop you from starting. But once you start, the emotion usually goes away completely.
Small actions build really strong habits, and when you push through that lazy feeling, you're doing something we call powering through.
Power through. That's a great phrasal verb to learn today. Let's explain it to everyone right now.
To power through means you use your energy to continue doing a task. You do it even when it is incredibly difficult or boring.
It's like you're walking through deep, thick mud, but you use your strong leg muscles to just keep pushing forward until the end.
So, if you have a lot of English homework and you're sleepy, you drink some water. Then you wash your face and you power through it.
Now let's talk more about those bad moments that happen later in the day. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are good.
This is so true. Sometimes your morning is absolutely fine, but your afternoon is a complete disaster.
Imagine your day is like a large house. It has many different rooms inside it.
Okay, I am picturing a big, beautiful house. Let's say there is a workroom and a family room.
Right. And there is also a health room, an English learning room, and a friend's room.
So what happens inside this imaginary house?
Imagine you walk into the kitchen, which represents your workroom. You see that it is very messy and dirty.
Someone left dirty plates everywhere and there's water on the floor. It is a disaster.
It is highly stressful. But here's my question for you, Mark.
Okay, ask away.
If one room in the house is messy, does that mean the whole house has to be dirty?
No, of course not. That would be crazy.
Do you say, well, the kitchen is dirty, so I'm going to throw dirt all over my clean bedroom too?
Never. You just close the door to the messy kitchen, then you go relax in the clean, beautiful living room.
Exactly. But psychologically, many people think like that about their actual days.
Ah, I see what you mean. They let one bad moment spread everywhere.
They have one bad meeting at work, which is one messy room. Then they let that anger ruin their evening with their family.
They bring the dirt into a completely different room. That is why we need to be resilient.
Resilient. Okay, I really love this word. R-E-S-I-L-I-E-N-T.
It is such an important concept. Sarah, can you react to that word for us? What makes a person resilient?
If you are resilient, it means you have the ability to recover quickly after something bad happens.
Think of a rubber band. If you pull a rubber band and stretch it, it experiences a lot of stress.
But when you let it go, it snaps right back to its original shape. It does not break.
A resilient person falls down and feels the pain, but then they stand back up and continue walking forward.
That is a beautiful definition. Let me share a personal story about needing to be resilient.
I would love to hear it. Stories always help make these words clearer.
A few years ago, I was teaching an English class. I had spent hours preparing this amazing, fun lesson for my students.
Oh, I think I know where this story is going. Did something go wrong?
It was terrible. From the very first minute, absolutely nothing worked.
What happened? Did the technology fail?
Yes, the computer in the classroom broke completely. I could not show my beautiful presentation at all.
That is a teacher's worst nightmare. What did the students do?
They were just staring at me. They were tired and did not want to talk or participate.
When you asked them questions, was there just awkward silence?
Yes, dead silence. I felt my face getting hot, and I felt horrible, like a complete failure.
The emotion of embarrassment and panic is so strong in a moment like that. What did you do when the class finally finished?
My first thought was to go straight home, get into bed, and cry. I wanted to let that one messy room ruin my whole day.
But you didn't do that, did you? You forced yourself to be resilient.
Exactly. I walked out of the school and went outside to take a long walk in fresh air.
Breathing deeply always helps calm the nervous system.
I told myself, okay, that was a bad class. What can I learn from that mistake?
And then you went back inside and taught your next class with a big smile. Wow, you really shook it off.
I really did. And shake it off is a great idiom for us to explain right now.
To shake it off literally makes me think of a wet dog.
A dog? How does a dog explain this human emotion?
When a dog gets wet in the rain, it shakes its whole body fast. The water flies everywhere, and then the dog is dry and happy again.
When humans shake it off, it means we mentally let go of a bad feeling or a failure. You do not hold on to it.
You shake it off, leave the water behind, and move on with your day.
Now, let's look closer at environments like work and school. Workplaces and classrooms are highly emotional places.
They really are, even if we do not realize it at first. You have so many different people forced to spend 8 hours a day together.
People from different backgrounds and with different personalities. There are so many opinions clashing all the time.
It is a perfect recipe for emotional stress. And when stress is very high, sometimes we speak in the heat of the moment.
Ooh, in the heat of the moment. That is a very common English phrase, but it is a bit complex.
Let's pause and talk about that phrase deeply. What does it mean when something happens in the heat of the moment?
Well, think about a literal fire. Fire is very hot, it moves fast, and it quickly destroys things.
When your emotions are acting like a fire, you are in the heat of the moment. You might be very angry or very panicked.
It means you react way too quickly because your emotions are so strong. You act without using your logical, thinking brain.
And usually, we do things we deeply regret when we act in the heat of the moment.
I remember once I received a very unfair email from a coworker. In the heat of the moment, I typed a very angry, aggressive reply.
Oh no, did you hit the send button immediately?
Yes, I did. 10 minutes later, the angry fire in my brain finally cooled down.
And let me guess, you read your sent email again and felt a lot of regret.
So much regret. I had to apologize to him later. If I had just waited, I could have handled it so much better.
I have done the exact same thing in the past. But you know, Sarah, some people have the exact opposite problem.
What do you mean? What is the opposite of exploding with anger?
Instead of exploding, they bottle up their feelings.
Bottle up your feelings. That is a very descriptive and interesting idiom. Let's explain that one for the listeners.
Imagine a glass bottle in your hands. You fill it with water, which represents your anger, your sadness, or your stress.
And then you put a tight cork in the top of the bottle, right?
Exactly. You hide all those strong emotions inside the bottle. You do not talk about them and you do not show them.
You just push them down deep inside yourself. People who bottle up their feelings will sit quietly in a meeting.
They will be given way too much work by their manager, but they will just smile and say, "Sure, no problem at all."
But inside, they are hurting and drowning in terrible stress. Both ways of handling emotions are quite dangerous.
Exploding in the heat of the moment destroys professional relationships very quickly.
But bottling up your feelings destroys your mental health slowly. Eventually, the glass bottle breaks and you explode anyway.
Exactly. The best way is to find a healthy balance. You need to allow yourself to feel your emotions naturally.
It is completely okay to feel angry at work, but then you must respond calmly and professionally.
My personal trick for this is very simple, but it really works. I breathe once before I speak.
That sounds too simple. How does taking one breath help you?
If someone says something that makes me furious, I immediately close my mouth. I take one slow, deep breath through my nose.
And then, after that deep breath, you finally answer them?
Yes, taking those 5 seconds to breathe can literally save your career and your relationships.
Let's move on to another difficult topic. Let's talk about facing judgment from other people.
This is a huge topic. As humans, we are highly social creatures, so we naturally care what other people think of us.
We really do, but unfortunately, people absolutely love to judge others. They love to put other people into neat little boxes.
They definitely do. You hear it in society all the time.
People will say mean things like, "You are too quiet to be a good leader," or "Your accent is strange, so no one will understand you."
Or even, "You didn't go to an expensive university, so you are not very smart."
Those statements make me so incredibly angry. They are stereotypes.
Stereotypes. That is a vital vocabulary word for discussing modern society. Let's define this difficult word carefully.
A stereotype is a fixed, unfair, and completely untrue idea about a whole group of people.
It's when you judge someone harshly before you even know their name or their story.
You judge them just based on how they look, where they're from, or how they sound when they speak.
Like the terrible idea that people with thick accents are not intelligent. That's a completely false stereotype.
Having an accent just means you know more than one language. It means your brain is working very hard.
It also means you are brave enough to speak a language that is not your native tongue.
Exactly. But the real problem is that stereotypes can stop your dreams. That happens if you allow yourself to believe them.
If someone judges you and you listen to their unfair judgment, you might just stop trying to succeed.
That's exactly why, in life, you really need to grow a thick skin.
Grow a thick skin. I really love this expression. Let's pause and react to that for a second.
What does it actually mean, Mark? Does it mean going to the doctor to physically change your skin?
No, not quite. Your skin protects your body from danger. If your skin is very thin, a tiny scratch will make you bleed.
But if your skin is thick, like an elephant or a rhinoceros, what happens?
Little scratches don't hurt you at all. They just bounce off your emotional armor.
So to grow a thick skin means you train yourself emotionally. You learn not to get hurt easily when people criticize you.
The insults and the mean words just bounce right off your emotional armor.
And having a thick skin doesn't mean you turn into a cold robot who never feels sadness.
It just means you don't quit learning English because of one single bad comment on the internet.
Right, you learn to rise above it.
Rise above it. Another beautiful and inspiring phrase. Let's explain it to our audience.
To rise above it means you choose to act maturely. You act better than the people who are being negative around you.
Imagine the negativity and the insults are down below you, stuck in the dirty mud.
You don't jump into the mud to fight with those angry people. You stay up high where it's clean.
You ignore the rude comments completely. You maintain your dignity and keep walking forward.
I love that image. You focus strictly on your own growth and your own goals, avoiding the drama.
Let's talk about the final piece of our emotional puzzle today. This is about making choices.
When your emotions are loud and chaotic, making clear choices and decisions becomes extremely hard.
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever tried to decide what to eat for dinner when you were very hungry and very stressed?
It is completely impossible. You just stare at the refrigerator and feel angry.
Yes, and the same exact thing happens with big life choices, too.
Your brain gets filled with very loud, scary questions. You ask, what if I completely fail this important exam?
Or you ask, what if I move my family to a new country and I absolutely hate it?
Or, what if I start a new business and nobody likes my product?
When those scary what-if questions take over your brain, you become frozen with fear. You do nothing at all.
And that is exactly when you need to practice being decisive.
Decisive. Okay, that is an important professional word to know. decisive.
Let's explain this one carefully, Mark. What does it actually look like to be a decisive person?
Being decisive comes from the root word decide. It means you have the ability to make clear choices quickly and confidently.
You do not spend 3 entire weeks worrying about choosing option A or option B.
You look at the facts logically, you pick one path, and you move forward with real confidence.
You give your choice enough time to work. But being decisive is incredibly hard when you are highly emotional.
It is. That's why I've developed a specific system for myself over the years. I separate feeling time and thinking time.
Oh, that sounds like a very interesting system. How does that actually work in your daily life?
Well, when something big happens that requires a tough decision, I give myself permission to feel first.
For how long? Do you just feel sad for days?
No, just for maybe 1 hour or one evening. I let myself feel deeply worried, stressed, or overly excited.
You do not try to make any logical choices during that time. You just feel the emotion.
Exactly. But then, when the next morning comes, feeling time is officially over. It's thinking time.
So, you analyze the actual facts logically, without the heavy emotions blocking your brain. Then, you decide.
That is exactly what I do. And the most important part comes right after deciding.
What is the most important part?
You must stop overthinking entirely and just start working hard on your chosen path.
Wow, we have covered so much important ground today, Mark.
We really have. Let's do a quick review of the key vocabulary we've talked about.
Listeners, please pay close attention. See how many of these complex words you remember from our long conversation.
Here's the first one. 1. Stereotype. An unfair and fixed idea about a whole group of people.
Like thinking people from a certain country all act the exact same way.
2. Decisive. Being able to make clear, confident decisions without waiting too long.
3. In the heat of the moment, when your emotions are strong and fast like fire, and you react way too quickly without thinking.
4. Shake it off. To mentally let go of bad feelings quickly, just like a wet dog shaking off rainwater.
5. Bottle up your feelings. To hide your negative emotions deep inside yourself instead of expressing them calmly to others.
6. Composed. Looking perfectly calm, relaxed, and controlled on the outside, even if you are heavily stressed inside.
7. Resilient. Being able to recover quickly and bounce back to your normal shape after a big problem or failure.
8. Self-control. The important ability to manage your actions and thoughts. It means not letting emotions drive the car.
9. Grow a thick skin. Learning to protect yourself emotionally. You don't get hurt easily by the criticism or unfair judgment of others.
10. Rise above it. Choosing to act maturely. You stay focused on your personal goals instead of engaging in silly drama.
11. Relentless. Never, ever giving up. Continuing to push forward aggressively no matter how hard life gets.
12. Power through. Using your deep energy to continue doing a very difficult task until it's completely finished.
As we come to the end of today's long episode, we want to leave you with one final thought.
If you remember only one single thing from all our talking today, please remember this.
Your emotions are completely real, and they're valid. You are absolutely allowed to feel them.
But they are not the boss of your life. You are the boss.
You can feel incredibly nervous. Your hands can literally shake, and you can still stand up and speak perfect English.
You can feel painfully tired after a very long day of hard work, but you can still sit down and study for 10 relentless minutes.
You can feel deeply hurt by someone's very unkind words, but you can still shake it off and continue to grow as a person.
You have that incredible power inside of you. Never forget that.
We always like to leave you with a little bit of fun homework. We want you to practice what you learned today.
Tonight, we want you to write one single clear sentence using one of the new words from our word tour.
For example, you could write, I was exhausted after my long shift at the hospital, but I powered through my English study.
Or maybe you could write, my coworker was very rude to me today, but I stayed perfectly composed.
Write your sentence down in a notebook, or if you prefer, share it in the comments below this episode if you're listening online.
We absolutely love reading your comments and seeing your amazing progress.
Thank you so much for taking the precious time to learn with us today.
We know your time is highly valuable, and we appreciate you giving it to us.
Thank you for trusting us to be a small part of your English learning journey.
Remember, you are growing constantly. You're improving step by step, word by word, and day by day.
This is Mark.
And this is Sarah.
Wait, no, I'm Sarah. You're Mark. We got confused again.
Ha! I guess I lost my self-control and focus for a second there.
This is Mark.
And that is Sarah.
And this is the English Radio Channel.
Stay composed, stay truly strong, and we will definitely see you next time.